So Chef Rachel from Below Deck is receiving backlash after she took to Twitter to shame Tyra Banks for something that she said when she was a contestant on America's Next Top Model. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So I saw this tweet yesterday and I said, you know what, I'll get to the story today. But thank God, I'm so glad that I actually screenshot the original tweet. But of course, many of you did as well. But Chef Rachel, who we've talked about before here on the channel when we recap Below Deck, she became famous really being on Below Deck as one of the chefs, crazy chefs. If you watch Below Deck, then you know that she was on America's Next Top Model. So she was a model back in the day. Well, now apparently she was triggered by a picture of Tyra out, hanging out, living her life, and says this: "Hey, Tyra Banks, remember when you called me a plus size model when I was a size 2? Let's be real. America's Next Top Model and Tyra have received a lot of backlash over the last couple of years because of some of the problematic things that they said and did on the show. Remember the model who had the gap and Tyra told her she needs to close your gap? There were many other instances. Just run the gambit. But Tyra has since apologized for some of the things that she said on that show. But let's not be, so woke that we forget back during the time of America's Next Top Model, the reason why Tyra even created that show was because of what she experienced in the model world. Did she perpetuate some of those same stereotypes on America's Next Top Model? Yeah, but her intention in creating the show was to create a platform to change some of those stereotypes. But I'm not here to defend Tyra. It's the backlash that Chef Rachel received from this post. A lot of people were saying, Chef Rachel, why would you body shame someone else if you felt body shamed? Okay? But there were also people that defended her. According to Chef Rachel on her Twitter, she said she had to delete the post because she was receiving too many death threats. And here's the thing. We will never, ever condone that type of behavior in social media bullying. Never. But Chef Rachel, I don't think two wrongs make a right. Yes, what she said to you back then was the industry. It was the industry. Could she have said it in a better way? Maybe. But there were a lot of things, and like I said, Tyra has taken to her social media and apologized for some of the things that she said on America's Next Top Model. But body shaming her today, I don't know how that makes it better. But like I said, Tyra, in a recent interview, I don't know that recent. This was, it actually was not that long ago, damn it. This was just a couple of days ago. Tyra spoke to the Business Insider and talked about why she had to pivot from being a runway model to doing things like Victoria's Secret and Sports Illustrated, was because how her body was changing.
I've been told that my butt was so big and just not marketable anymore. She gave me the tools and the self-esteem and the self-love and the strategy to get around all of that hardship. The fashion industry is a dog-eat-dog, very difficult world where you're broken down from your head to your toe, constantly told that you're not good enough, waiting for the phone to ring. When I was a very young model and at the height of my high fashion career, high fashion meaning Chanel and Dior and Armani and all of the wonderful high fashion designers in the world, I was told one season that I wasn't good enough. They said, your daughter is too big, her butt is getting too big, and you need to go tell her to lose some weight. This happened in Milan, Italy. So my mom came to me and she showed me the list of 8 designers that did not want to hire me anymore. And I started crying and I was like, Mom, okay, what do I do? Should I diet? Should I work out twice a day? Should I just have salads for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? And my mom said, do you know what we're gonna do?
We're gonna go get some pizza and we're gonna come up with a plan.
Over a big, juicy, wonderful pizza with lots of cheese and sauce, We made a plan. There was a butcher paper on top of that table, and she put a pen in my hand, and she said, you write down every client that likes ass. Your ass, because it's growing, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I'd be damned if my baby starves for this industry. And I was like, eating the pizza, like, likes ass? Okay, Victoria's Secret?
And I said, write it down.
And then she was like, okay, now who has an ass? And I was like, Cindy Crawford?
Write it down.
So I wrote that down, and other models that had curves. And my mother said, those are the careers that you need to look at and figure out how you can implement some of those strategies. And those are the clients that you are gonna call to see if they will hire you. Goodbye, high fashion. Hello, girl next door. Cut to me, being the first Black woman on the cover of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition, and doing that twice, back to back. Me being the first Black Victoria's Secret angel, one of the original angels, in fact. Me being the first Black woman on the cover of the Victoria's Secret catalog, the first Black woman to have a Victoria's Secret contract, the first Black model to wear the Victoria's Secret fantasy bra, and I did that twice. Most of the time, the road, we all know this, the road to success, no matter what the story says on Business Insider, and people are like, oh yeah, I made it, and Honey, my mother was super instrumental in so many aspects of my career. My mom was fearless, and she was, creating an empire, not, just saying, be on this cover or work this runway. I had her there. She was my rock. My mother was there. And it all started on a pizza butcher paper in Milan, Italy, with my mama saying, write it down.
Amen. I mean, the bigger story here, and this is where pop culture news, when we're reporting on things that are said on social media, that's like, oh my gosh, is the bigger picture, the bigger story, the lesson that can be learned here. And what the biggest thing that I got from this story, yes, I understand, Chef Rachel, you were hurt by what Tyra said to you back then, and it probably has literally stayed with you since then. But body shaming her is not the way to go. Body shaming her is not the lesson that we all can learn from what happened on America's Next Top Model. That is the past, but how do we move forward? Did Tyra do exactly what, unknowingly probably, what she experienced in the modeling world to you and to many others on America's Next Top Model? Probably. But if we can take what she literally said in a recent interview with Business Insider, write it down. Write down what exactly you want to create in your life. Instead of taking the unhealthy path forward, what is the healthy path forward? That is something that I think that Chef Rachel should take into account, but also all of us. We get on our soapboxes, we get on social media, and we have this new whole woke society. Look, there are lots of things that we used to believe that was okay to say and do not too long ago that we should not be saying because we know better. The late, great Dr. Maya Angelou, when you know better, do better. And I hope Tyra is doing better because she knows better. And I hope the same for you, Chef Rachel. But for all of us, the big lesson here, write it down. What is it that you want to manifest on this Saturday and in the future going forward, guys? Let's continue this conversation below. I want to know your reaction to how Chef Rachel took to social media and your reaction to Tyra's story of how she pivoted in her career when people body shamed her. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.